Hello, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. We are playing a new game today called Do Not Take This Cat Home. As you saw, this game did come with a warning, which is a little frightening, so please, take the time to read that beginning warning. If you think you might not enjoy this kind of game, please just click away. Don't, don't subject yourself to that. Also, I'm a little nervous. I'm a very anxious person, but I have been wanting to kind of play more horror type games on my channel, and I thought, why not start with something like this? Like, I think it is a horror game, I think, but I don't think it's intense. Okay, so we'll see though. I hope the audio is okay. Hopefully it's not too loud. If it is, I could just change it, but I'm gonna start. You're not having a great day, as usual. Oh, great. It's the first time in a while that you felt like going out. But in the middle of your walk, it starts to rain. Typical. But maybe this is just a sign you should have stayed home today? Yeah. You can always try again tomorrow, right? You turned to head home when... Oh, kitty. Huh? What was that? There were only a few people around on the street. Makes sense due to the increase of missing persons around the area recently. Well, that and the weather. Sorry, hold on. Let me just go into... I think it... make it a tiny bit louder. Hopefully it's not too bad. I'm just doing it for me. Hopefully it's not too bad for you. Okay. But none of them react to the sound at all. Curiosity guiding your steps, you follow the sound to the entrance of a dark, dingy alleyway. You timidly enter the alley and walk forward. The ground, dampened by rain, makes your steps sound louder and more confident than you actually feel. Finally, the sound source comes into view in the cold, dim light of the alley. At the end of the alley, in a big cardboard box, is a cat. A little kitty. I like cats. Huh. Guess that should have been obvious. It's an interesting looking cat. Its pretty yellow eyes shine like gold among the dark sea of its black fur. Oh, little baby. I know. I think this is like supposed to be an evil cat, but it puts its paws in front of the up on the edge of the box and looks up at you. So cute! And it definitely knows it. You've never had much of an opinion one way or another about cats before, but if they're all like this one, it's a shock they haven't already found a way to rule the world. You don't think you'd you don't think you'd mind bowing down to a feline overlord. Okay, that's a little extreme though. You look around the alley with a small frown. Who leaves cats in cardboard boxes these days anyway? Wouldn't they just jump out and leave the box eventually? The cat doesn't answer you, obviously. It also doesn't do as you suggest and leave the box. It's just looking at you as if waiting for you to make the next move. I mean, listen, the game is called Do Not Take the Cat Home. But like I want to take the cat home. What would happen if I just say do not? Would I get an ending? I'm very curious. Can I save right here? I'm going to say do not take it home. With a sigh, you take a decisive step back. As cute as the cat is, you really can't afford to be taking in a pet on a whim. Rent's coming up soon, and your job doesn't exactly leave you rolling in dough. You give the cat a sad nod. Sorry. Good luck out here, okay? Oh, poor baby. You turn around and leave the cat in the alley behind. Rain's picking up. Oh, no, I can hear his meow. Time to head home. Ending question mark. Not a fool. That's so funny. Wait, I should have just loaded my game. Hello? Go back. Wait, hold on. History. How can I load? Oh, can I just skip? Okay, I'm gonna take him home. You know what? I think the cat's like a demon or something. You reach into the box and pick the cat up, holding it out in front of you. Why not? Kitty. You're all alone, and well, I'm kind of in the same boat myself, so. You bring the cat close. You didn't realize it was shivering until just then, but it slowly breathes easier as it presses into your chest. Why not stick together, right? At least for a little while. You think a little while will probably be more like a day. You'll be responsible and take it to a shelter tomorrow, but for now, let's get you out of the rain, okay? You stop by a small local pet store for some cat food, then head back home. You live in a modest apartment. One bedroom, one bathroom, one you living alone in it. So it feels weird having another living being inside it after so long. Even if it is just a cat. Is it though? Is it just a cat? After locking the front door and placing the cat on the floor, you watch for a moment as it curiously explores the new environment. Leaving the feline to its own devices, you set about making the both of you some dinner. You take out the can of cat food and open it with the tab on top. You put some cat food on a saucer and click your tongue to call the cat over to you. It perks up at your beckoning and rushes over. It looks at the plate of food and completely ignores it. Not hungry, I guess. I'm sorry, it's very loud. Sorry, it's very loud in my ear. You try not to let it annoy you. The cat doesn't understand the concept of money to appreciate that you spent your hard-earned cash on it. It's just a cat, after all. I'll just leave it here if you get hungry later, okay? The cat rubs its body against your legs with a purr. You smile. That's enough of a thanks for you. It follows you into the kitchen as you start on your own dinner. You decide that you have enough ingredients for a sandwich. Bread toasted, mayo and mustard spread, turkey and cheese and lettuce perfectly placed, tomato sliced... Ow! You wince as you cut your finger on the knife while slicing a tomato. Stupid. You feel a little embarrassed for such a blunder and sigh, tossing the knife onto the cutting board. You're about to head to the bathroom for a bandage when the cat hops up onto the counter. Is this cat gonna drink my blood? It sniffs at the knife and meows almost pointedly at you. Don't worry, I'm alright. It was just an... You watch as the cat starts to lick lightly but enthusiastically at the blood on the knife. Ugh. So the cat is it just eats blood. At your blood. You're so shocked that by the time you come to your senses, the knife has been completely licked clean. The cat sits back, staring at you. You feel a little uneasy. Sure, cats are meat-eating predators, but that was a little weird, right? Sure, you're no cat expert, but that was definitely not something an ordinary cat would do. Right? Definitely. Well, regardless. well, we just move on very quickly. Well, regardless. You're not about to abandon a cat in need while it's still raining outside. Not after all your efforts. I don't know, I think this cat's a demon. I think it's a demon. You were going to take it to the shelter tomorrow anyway. What's one night of awkwardness? Weird or not, it's just a cat. The rest of the evening, unfortunately, goes downhill from there. Even after covering up your fingers cut with a bandage, the cat keeps trying to lick the wound. While you're eating your sandwich, while you're cleaning up the kitchen, while trying to watch TV, you gently push it away every time, but you're starting to get worried at the strange behavior. What if it got a taste for your blood and thinks you're food now? You're not sure what you'll do if it starts to get more aggressive. You keep thinking about the cat food sitting in the corner, untouched. Okay, relax. Oh, come on! Enough already! You shove it away, a little more forcefully this time, out of annoyance. You feel bad immediately, but before you can do anything, the cat meows sharply at you and dashes off around the corner and into the hall. You sigh deeply. At this point, you're just worried that it's going to take a bite out of you in your sleep. Maybe a vet will have an idea on how to calm it down? You can only hope. You don't have any other options left other than tossing the cat out into the rain. After finding the number of a local vet, you pick up your landline and... I didn't click that. I didn't press the space bar. It did it for me. I'm sorry, I'm a big chicken. The lights just went out? Great. Just great. Rain must have knocked out the power. You check your cell phone only to find that it's out of batteries. You must have forgotten to charge it before leaving earlier. The outing had been so spur of the moment that it had no doubt messed with your usual routine. You grab a flashlight and turn it on. It's quiet. It's too quiet. Did the rain stop? But then, why did the power go out? You look outside. The sky is pitch black. What time is it? You turn to check the clock. It's looking at me. The cat sits on top of your digital clock, staring at you. Thinking now, you realize the clock shouldn't be working at all with the power outage, but the numbers are lit up and going completely haywire. The cat stares at you. It's completely still. You'd think it was a statue if you didn't know any better. It's not giving off any indication that it's alive. It's not blinking. It's not even breathing. But its eyes. This isn't normal. You're afraid. You want to run, but you're afraid of letting the cat out of your sight. You consider tossing the cat out after all. But as soon as the thought enters your head, you feel a sharp urge to vomit. Oh, that's awful. I'm sorry. I have a really bad fear of throwing up. I have it. I can't do it. Those eyes. Its eyes hold you still. Even with your flashlight trained on it, its pupils are large, round, inky pits. Does that say kill? Does the clock say kill? Kill or hell or both? That did it for me. I didn't push the button. The flashlight flickers. There's no jump scares, right? And the cat is gone. Fear immediately grips your mind. The silence, punctuated with the rapid pumping of blood in your heart, is overwritten as your ears slowly start to pick up the sound of static all around you. How is the clock working with no power? You don't know why such a question matters at the moment, but you feel as if having the answer will make sense out of everything that's happening. That order will be restored. But no answer comes to mind. You back away from the clock and feel as if the air itself coils tightly and abruptly in response, like a predator prepared to pounce. But waiting for your next move. But you're afraid to move. You're afraid to even take a breath. But you can't stay still forever, right? Whatever is watching you, you can already feel its impatience. It's too eager. You don't know how you know this, but you can sense it as clearly as if you had whispered, "Oh my God." Did you hear that? I just got the chills. I'm sorry. I don't know if you're not listening to this in headphones. It went from my left ear to my right and then back to my left ear again, and it just ugh, right into your ear, right into your soul. It won't let you wait it out. Not that you could, even if it did. You can't stay here. You have to run. With this thought, a sudden primal instinct awakes within you, making you tear yourself into a hasty burst of movement, of action. But you're still weak from the fear's grip on your mind. Your legs tangle together under you in your haste, and you fall to the ground. Am I being eaten? A sharp pain explodes in the center of your foot. At first, you think you've broken your ankle, but something warm and wet trickles down the length of your foot, pooling underneath it. You hear the sound of metal scraping on tiles after skidding across the floor, as if it had been kicked. Winded from your fall, you look up in a daze and see the object glinting in a strange light coming in from outside. The light pouring in from your now open front door. Thoughts of how, when, who, what in regards to your inexplicably open door screech to a halt. As your brain finally identifies the metal object you've been staring at. It's your kitchen knife. And still tinted red from your earlier blunder? But that's not right. Wasn't it completely licked clean by the... You gulp dryly at the pain in your foot. You barely have time to wonder how the knife ended up on your living room floor to be stepped on, instead of resting on your cutting board in the kitchen where you'd left it. When you spy something in the darkness, just beyond the knife. It spies right back at you. A pair of glowing, golden eyes come forward as the cat emerges from the shadows into the light of your doorway. It pads lightly over to the knife, as if skipping in delight, and bends down to lap at the blood dripping from the blade. Your senses slowly begin to overwhelm you. The chill of the air as it starts to suffocate you under its weight, the sound of your shaky breaths, discordant against the static now piercing your skull, the dryness on your tongue spreading to your throat. The incomprehensible sight of the stray you've taken in, licking away at your kitchen knife, once again, completely clean. The scent of blood from the fresh wound on your foot. Huh? Blood? Oh, the music. Golden eyes slide up to you as if in response to your sudden realization. Blood. You're hurt. Your foot is bleeding. You're bleeding. You're bleeding. The cat barely moves, shoulders twitching as if just considering the act of pouncing forward. Oh, yeah. But you're already on your feet and out the door. You run, or rather limp, down the empty street. The sky is black and bleeding red, with a strange light emitting from nowhere that casts everything else in white. The houses, the trees, the road, even you. Everything. Except your blood. You can just barely glimpse the bloody imprints your injured foot leaves as it leaves in your wake with every impact it makes with the ground. It hurts. It hurts. But you can't stop. You don't stop. Not when the shadows grow around you. Not when you feel the gaze of eyes all over you. Not when the road ahead of you is darkened by a long shadow of something behind you. Even then, you don't stop running because if that's the cat right there ahead of you, then what in the world is behind you? Oh, it's so freaky. I'm gonna save. Is the music okay, or is it... I can't, like... It's good for me, but I can't tell if it's good in the recording. It should be fine. kind of want to look behind me. I'm scared, but I think I'm gonna... Huh? Interesting. How very, very interesting. Ending 0, it begins. But what is interesting? What's interesting? Alright, let's go back in. Load. We're gonna keep running. Sorry, I'm getting really into it. I'm having fun reading this. Though it's a little freaky. Huh. Interesting. How very, very interesting. Wait, what? Wait, did I click the wrong one? Look behind you or keep running. Huh, interesting. How very, very interesting. Wait, what? Look behind you. Wait, I'm confused now. I think... Is this like a... What just happened? Ending 1 of 40. Ending 0. But I don't get how I could get other endings. I only had 2 choices. What? Hold on. Give me a second. I might have to check. I don't understand how I only got 1 ending when there's 40, but it doesn't seem to let me progress. Hold on. I'll be right back. Okay, so I think I know what I'm supposed to do. I have to just continue. I continue. And it's going to progress the game, basically. You're walking. Right, of course. It's the first time in a while that you felt like going out. And you're actually glad that you did. The weather is absolutely perfect today. That's a good sign, right? Maybe your luck is finally starting to turn around. You tentatively allow yourself to feel excited about the possibilities of where you could go or what you could do. Maybe even who you would meet. You're so deep in thought that you almost miss it. Huh? What was that? Curiosity guiding your steps, you follow the sound of your entrance. You sound to the entrance of a lonely alleyway. The sunlight only just manages to reach down in between the tall buildings on either side. You timidly enter the alley and walk forward, the loose gravel and scattered debris on the ground softening your steps. Finally, the sound source comes into view in the warm, almost ethereal light of the alley. At the end of the alley, in a big cardboard box, is a cat. Huh. I guess that should have been obvious. Hi, kitty. It's an interesting looking cat. Its pretty yellow eyes shine like gold among the dark sea of its black fur. It puts its front paws up on the edge of the box and looks up at you. So... You look so... familiar, right? Then again, it is a cat. Not many different ways for a standard black cat to look, after all. This one sure is a cutie, though. Just look. It's not glaring at you or hissing at you for getting this close like the other stray cats have in the past. It's just sitting there, patiently, waiting for you to do something. I wonder what would happen if we say don't. Would I get another ending? Let me save real quick. I'm gonna go again, and I'm gonna say don't. Sadly, as cute as the cat is, you'd never take this thing home with you. You just can't take it home with you. You're a responsible adult. Meow. You are! With rent and bills to pay for, and not to mention you need to buy food to survive, too. There's no way you could care for a cat long term, right? You can barely afford this little outing on your day off. What to do? Oh my gosh. There's so much I could do. What is this question mark? Leave the cat, feed the cat, play with the cat. Sorry, I'm doing a lot of saving. I think that there's like a ton of endings in this game. What's this? You are not ready. Oh, I guess I have to play through it to get that. Leave it. You don't think it's a good idea to get the cat's hopes up of having someone to look after it if you're not willing to commit. What if it gets attached and somehow tracks you down back to your home? You'd never— oh, did you see that? It went away too fast for me to read it. Does anyone know what that said? Sorry, I'll see you around, I guess. You stand up, the cat watching your every move. You make it halfway out of the alley when the cat meows almost pitifully at you. Oh. Listen, I know it's a demon, but like, it's still a cute little kitty cat. Do I just turn back? I'm gonna turn back. Aw. How are you supposed to walk away from that? What kind of monster would you be if you could? You sigh a little and walk back to the cat. It looks almost hopeful, its tail swishing faster as it leans up a little more towards you, as if eager for your next move. Do I stay or do I go? I don't know. What will happen if I leave? I think I'm just gonna stay and see what happens. It's strange. The more you hesitate to leave the alley, the more you find yourself wondering, what's the point? You'll go where? Do what? What's the point when you're always doing it all completely and utterly alone? Even going home to your apartment wouldn't help, would it? One bedroom, one bathroom, and one you living alone in it. It's been like that for so long. So long. You're startled when you feel an impossibly soft paw press lightly against your wet cheek. You didn't realize you'd been crying, or that your little breakdown had literally brought you to your knees, right in front of the cat's box. You feel slightly embarrassed, but the cat responds as if it can sense your self-deprecating feelings creeping in. Of course it can, it's a monster. It presses its paw on your cheek 3 times in quick succession, as if trying to slap you out of your melancholic state. But they're so light, the slaps feel more like getting gently and eagerly petted. You can't help but laugh a little. I can't believe I'm having a meltdown in a dirty old alley with a stray cat comforting me. You smile and show your gratitude with a scratch to the cat's chin. Thanks. I'm fine, really. That just happens sometimes. You really do like being alone most of the time. Oh, I really do. It's the only time I feel comfortable being myself, you know? But even I get lonely every now and then. It's easy to ignore when I'm keeping myself busy. That's why I pushed myself to go out today, I think. Or maybe I was hoping to make a friend or something. Though I guess it wouldn't be a good idea. I doubt someone like me would make for a very good friend to anyone. Okay. Maybe I won't go so far as to say that, but... Oh, the music's getting weird. You stay. You stay and just talk to the cat about anything that comes to mind. Your isolation, your loneliness, your many fears, your losses, your emptiness. Although, the longer you stay there, the smaller that once significant emptiness feels. It's been so long since someone just listened. Your words shift to gentler topics. Your hopes, your dreams, happy memories of the past. I'm getting eaten, aren't I? As you talk, you don't even notice the once cold concrete walls of the alley becoming flesh-like, warm and pink. Its softness slowly engulfing the both of you. The sound of your own voice feels hypnotic as it reaches your ears, encouraging you to speak more of the depths of your heart into the open. You give in easily. When you do run out of words, you're not sure how long you've been sitting there, but not knowing doesn't seem to bother you. Still, a strange question enters your mind. Leave and go home? Why would I want to do that? You're too tired to move. Pouring out your heart and soul has taken a surprising toll on you, but you have no regrets. You're so happy. You don't think you've ever felt so heard, so seen. You lean forward to rest your head on the box. You don't feel the rough cardboard you were expecting. Instead, you find yourself resting on a mass of something. Something soft and slightly damp and warm. So warm. But you can't find it in you to care about what it could be. You're so tired. You close your eyes, and you get the feeling that they'll probably never open again. Huh. Oh, gosh. But as that all-encompassing warmth encases you slowly, completely, you feel nothing but pure contentment. Ending 22. Interesting. Do I just click continue and it just goes... Can I skip? Alright, let's not take the cat home this time. I'm gonna leave. Ignore. No. Nope. You need to nip this in the bud and get on with your day. It's what's best for the both of you. You leave the alley and continue on your way. Wait, what was I doing? In all the excitement of dealing with your furry dilemma, you'd forgotten that you still hadn't decided on what you were going to do for your day off. I think let's watch a movie. It's been a while since the film came out that looked interesting enough for you to drag yourself to a movie theater, but there's a showing of one such film at the old theater. The movie was a little too niche to be picked up by the new cinema that opened right across the street. That's okay though. You're not exactly a fan of the crowds. And nothing ruins the experience of watching a new movie for you more than a noisy audience. Let's go to the old theater then, if you don't like the noise. You eagerly buy your ticket from the kind old man in the booth and head inside. It's barren of any trace of other people, and the decor looks like it hasn't changed since the 80s, maybe even the 70s. But it's what you were counting on. You consider buying some popcorn, but can't help but be concerned that everything at the concession stand might be expired. You move on and walk through the halls, finally locating the theater designated on your ticket stub. That's crazy. Going to the movies and not buying popcorn? Who does that? Listen, I really love movie theater popcorn, okay? As expected, theater your movie will be playing in is completely empty. Perfect. You pick a spot right in the middle, even counting the seats and taking into consideration the gap in the staircase. As you settle in, the dim lights fade away, leaving the room pitch black for a few seconds. Before the screen flickers on, no commercials or trailers pop up. The movie just begins. Pleased, you shrug and let yourself get immersed in the opening scene. But just as you're getting into the premise, the doors open behind you, momentarily casting light into the room and ruining the atmosphere. You hold in a frustrated sigh. It's a public establishment, after all. The place can't exactly afford to stay open if you're the only customer. You try to refocus on the movie, but you sense the new presence slowly shifting around the movie theater before heading in your general direction. What? Oh, creepy. You gape in utter disbelief as the stranger shuffles down the aisle, only to sit right in front of you. There's no one else here, and plenty of places to sit. The stranger is also unusually tall. Even the stadium like arrangement of the seats being on a somewhat steep incline, they're completely blocking your view. Um, hmm. Like, if it were me in real life, I would never confront people. I would just move to another seat. But I'm kind of curious to see what would happen if we confront this person. You hate confrontation. You can already feel your palms starting to sweat at the idea of it. Your throat's closing up and your body's starting to shake. You've always been more of a flighter than a fighter. But you paid for this ticket. You paid for this ticket. You wanted to watch this movie for ages. And now this total stranger has ruined the entire experience for you. You're all alone in this theater. There's no one who'll help you if something goes wrong. But you're angry enough that you ignore the signs of your body begging you to put as much distance as you can between yourself and the stranger. You stand up. Even standing and higher up in the incline, the stranger is still at least a head taller than you. Oh gosh, I'm dying again. The movie continues to play in the background, but you feel as if a hush immediately falls heavily over the theater at your movement. As if you can sense the stranger anticipating what you do next. You square your shoulders and force a little bass into your voice. Hey! The effort makes your words come out more harshly than you intended, like a sudden vicious bark. But you figure they deserve it anyway. You're being a real jerk, you know that? Just what are you playing at, huh? Are you trying to piss me off? The silence that follows your words is deafening. So much so that you glance at the screen only to find that the movie has paused. Your attention is ripped back to the stranger in front of you as they shift slightly, like a small animal trying desperately to anticipate the moves of a predator. You don't move an inch. You don't look away. You don't dare to blink. Oh. Instead, your eyes widen as the person's head turns. Then turns some more. Oh, yeah. Then turns more. Beyond what should be possible, neck bones cracking, to face you directly. Up. You can't move. Wide, glowing eyes resting above a wider, grinning mouth gaze down at you. The stranger opens their mouth, and what comes out is something impossible to comprehend. I don't like it. I don't like it. Oh. The voice is endlessly deep and creaks like a weighty door. Foreboding and oddly melodic. It's not melodic, it's horrible. It's like nails on a chalkboard. Alluring. But it also shapes you out of your terrified trance, and before you know it, you're already out the door. You run through the halls of the empty theater, heading for the exit. You feel something watching you from behind, but you're too afraid to look. The exit is now in sight. You sprint forward and burst through the doors. You look around frantically and spot the crowded cinema across the street. People. That's what you need. Safety in numbers and all that. Without thinking, you rush into the street when a sinking sensation crawls down your spine, compelling you to look behind you. Don't look behind you, don't look behind you, don't look behind you. Oh, creepy. Do I go into the new cinema or do I look behind? If I look behind me, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna go to the new cinema. Refusing to even risk a peek over your shoulder, you rush across the street to the new cinema theater. You didn't realize that it felt like you'd been surrounded by some kind of dreadful pressure. Until it very suddenly vanishes, leaving you feeling more than a little shaken. But at least breathing comes easier. You think it's within your best interest to repress everything that just happened. Yeah. Deciding to wait for the movie you've been anticipating to be available on DVD or streaming, you join the long line outside the new cinema. Do they even make DVDs anymore? I'm sorry. That's a tangent. I don't think they even make DVDs anymore. By the time you've reached the ticket booth, you just want to get inside. So you pick a movie at random and take your ticket from the tired-looking teenager manning the booth. The decor is chic and sleek, and the inside is bustling with people. I don't like this music. It sounds like breathing. It's not like what you're usually into, but it's kind of nice being alone. Even if you feel a little lonely watching families and groups of friends laughing among themselves. You'd get some popcorn, but the lines at the concession stands are long and the prices are criminal anyway. Well, no, what's criminal is not getting popcorn when you go to the movie theater. That is the whole point of going to the movie theater, is to get the popcorn. I love movie theater popcorn, okay? You go through the halls and follow the signs of the theater designated on your ticket before heading inside. You sigh at the sight of the absolutely crowded theater. You head towards a seat only to be told by the person next to it that it's being saved for someone. This happens a few more times before you finally manage to get yourself settled into a seat annoyingly off-center to the screen. But the screen is at least visible, if not a little too close, so you grit your teeth and bear it. The lights fade out, but the chatter doesn't. The rest of the audience seems content to talk through the commercials and even through the trailers. You figure the chatter will stop when the movie actually begins, but it doesn't. Get even slightly quieter as the opening scene starts to play out. You sigh out loud, not thinking anyone would hear you anyway. This is why you avoid movie theaters like the plague. Huh? This thing is following me. I'm being stalked by a demon. Suddenly, the screen changes, showing the face of a black cat. A familiar black cat. Confused murmurs fill the room, but then the cat on the screen meows. Ugh. That's awful. The sound is strange, and not at all like any cat should sound. Haunting, almost melodic, and layered as if made of multiple voices of different creatures. Creatures that would probably never say... Ugh. You sit in confusion, wondering why you haven't already gotten up and left to complain to the cinema staff. But then you hear it. It's scattered and dissonant at first, but among the crowd, people start to chant along with the cat on the screen. Why have I been chosen by the demon? I don't understand. Ugh. I don't like it. Soon, the entire room is chanting in perfect unison. Everyone is staring intently at the cat on the screen. You're feeling strangely drawn to the screen yourself, but the compulsion to stare blankly like the others isn't that strong. For now. Also, you start to notice out of the corner of your eye that some of the people in your immediate vicinity are looking at you. No. They're outright staring holes into you, even as they continue chanting. They don't miss a beat as they slowly begin to frown at you in blatant disapproval. Their scowls deepen as time goes on, as if they're getting impatient. We're not blending in with this crowd. Get the heck out of here. Get out. This is too weird. I need to get out of here. Gathering your courage, Or perhaps putting your fear to use, you stand up, fully intending to leave the theater, when everything comes to an abrupt stop. All of the chanting stops, even the cats chanting on the screen. You tense and risk a glance around the theater. They're all staring at you. Every single one of them. They're not moving. They're not even blinking. You swallow, throat suddenly dry, even though a nervous sweat completely soaks through your clothes. You highly doubt that sitting back down will fix the situation. Your legs are shaking under the audience's unnaturally intense scrutiny. But you force yourself to step forward and forward and forward until you finally reach the end of the aisle. You feel their collective gaze even worse on the staircase. All their heads have turned uncomfortably to the left to look directly at you. The screen illuminates their faces, making clear their blank scowls. They seem even more upset than they had been minutes ago, identical frown lines digging between their brows. You keep going, the heavy atmosphere becoming more and more oppressive with each step. You're so tense with anticipation that you fully expect someone to grab you from behind. But no one does. You don't hear any of them even get up. You exit the theater, holding your breath as the doors close behind you. You briskly walk through the halls, putting as much distance as possible between you and that theater full of people. Finally reaching the lobby, you just barely manage to catch yourself from falling to the floor as you gulp in huge gasps of air. You expect to feel relief as your breathing calms, but you feel a lingering sense of dread that only spikes once you finally notice it, as well as its source. You look up, and your stomach sinks. What? Ooh, ooh, those look creepy. They look like real eyes. Oh, I don't like it. All the people in the lobby area of the movie theater, everyone in line at the concession stand, all of them are staring at you. And they look even angrier than the people in the theater. You don't hesitate this time. You duck your head, avoiding eye contact, and leave the cinema. I don't like it. I don't like it. It looks like real eyes. You ignore the glares of everyone in the ticket booths and the lines leading up to them. You make your way home. Wherever you dare to look up at someone on the way, you flinch at the blatant anger, fury, and disgust on their face. You think you start to hear the faint sound of a cat's meowing behind you, or maybe a kitten's? Doesn't matter, you just want to go home. You reach your front door and fumble with the keys, cowering from the look of pure hatred on your neighbor's face as he stares at you from his door. So bright. Jesus. I'm sorry, it's literally so bright it hurts my eyes. Finally, you get inside your apartment, lock all the doors. All the doors, you probably only have one door. And slide down with your back against it till you're sitting on the floor. You allow yourself a moment to breathe. Now home, your heartbeat calms and your fear slowly bleeds from you, leaving you feeling strangely empty. You pass the kitchen, head to your room, and slip under the covers of your bed, trying to fall asleep. Maybe it's just a bad dream. As you fall into a fitful sleep, sure to be full of nightmares and glaring eyes, you try to ignore the ever-increasing sounds of cats meowing and yowling in the distance outside your apartment. Ending 17. Black sheep. Huh. Black sheep. There's so many endings. Huh. I'm gonna see if I can do some more. I'm gonna say no. Maybe I'm gonna try one of these. Maybe we could feed the cat. Cat must be hungry, right? You can't imagine that it's had much to eat if it's so attached to the box it's in, though it doesn't exactly seem malnourished either. Surely it must have left the box to search for food then. For some reason, something in the back of your mind tells you that's not the case, and to not think about it any further. Well, either way, you can't exactly enjoy your day knowing that you left behind a hungry cat, especially when you could have done something to help. So, what to do about the hungry kitty? Check your pockets. You dig into your pockets. You find a small piece of string in your left pocket. Not very helpful. The string is far too short. An eager and excited cat leaping for it could easily lead you getting bitten and scratched. In your right pocket is a bar of chocolate. I don't think cats are supposed to have chocolate. You find a chocolate bar? Is it? No, it's not even expired. Quite the find indeed. How would you not know you have a giant chocolate bar in your pocket? You're about to offer it to the cat when suddenly you're hit with guilt as you remember something gut-curdling. Chocolate is toxic to cats. Oh my gosh, You resist the urge to vomit at your near mistake. You feel so guilty, you throw the chocolate bar away into a nearby trash bin. An almost cat killer doesn't deserve chocolate. You go back to the cat, barely able to stand its innocently oblivious expression. It doesn't even know that you almost... I'm sorry. I don't even know what to say. You're a horrible person. You know what? Stay there. I'll be right back. You leave the alley and return with a whole fish you bought at a nearby grocery shop. It was a bit pricey, but it was the least you could do. The cat eagerly accepts your offering, munching happily at the fish after you'd placed it in the box. You want to smile at the sight, but you just feel so awful. I'm sorry again. The cat seemingly pays you no mind as you slip back out of the alley. Not feeling like you deserve a peaceful day out, you decide to just head back home. Ew. It's following me. On the way home, you notice more cats than usual watching you from their hiding spots, but you try not to think about it. Am I gonna get swarmed? You can't help but wonder if they know what you've nearly done. But it's not like you meant to hurt anyone. Right? You finally reach your apartment building. You're about to unlock the door when... You look behind you, only to see dozens of cats standing there, looking at you. Did they see you feeding the cat in the alley and thought that you had more food for all of them? I'm sorry, I don't have any more food for you. None of them move an inch. You're starting to feel a little unnerved when finally a single cat pushes its way to the front and... Oh, it's you. Oh, it's... Held carefully between its teeth is the chocolate bar you'd thrown away earlier. It places the chocolate bar down in front of it before looking back up at you. All the cats look up at you. You can feel their judgment. You feel your sins weighing down heavily on your back, but without the money to buy enough food for all of them, you don't know what to do. Do I beg for forgiveness or do I go inside? Beg for forgiveness. You collapse to your knees and bow down as low as you can to earnestly beg for their forgiveness. I'm so sorry, I swear. I'd do anything to make it up to all of you, but you're out of options. Suddenly, you feel something stir in your stomach and swim its way up your throat, closing off your airway as it tries to force its way out of your esophagus. It finally succeeds with aid from your helpless gagging. Oh, What the? Lying on the ground in front of you. Oh, it's the fish! Oh, creepy. Is a flopping fish. You just threw up a living fish. What the hell? The cats come rushing forward, all tearing hungrily at the fish. You're happy to finally be of help, truly, but how? Oh my god, I'm just gonna keep throwing up fish. It's like I'm Hermione throwing up slugs. No, Ron throwing up slugs. You throw up another fish. And another. And another. And your stomach hurts. You're getting dizzy. You fall to your knees. Tears and snot are streaming down your face by the time you cough up the final tiny, bloody fish and collapse forward. Your throat and stomach burn in a way that feels dangerous. You start to fade out. Despite the pain, you strangely feel a more overwhelming sense of hopeful pride. That you've made up for your disgusting actions. That you've been forgiven. The sound of happy cats munching away at their fish fills your ears. Then you feel something being nudged into your hand. It feels like it's the bar of chocolate you'd found in your pocket. You smile weakly. You successfully atoned, but you don't really have the strength to eat your reward. Sadly, the last taste in your mouth as you leave this mortal coil doesn't get to be that of chocolate, but raw fish. Ending 24. Alright, we can try a few more. I think maybe I'll do a few more. I'll do a few more. I'm not sure how many. But, I'm gonna try play with the cat, and then maybe I'll leave and see if I could go to different places and see what happens. But I don't want to. I'm not gonna get all 40 endings. I'm telling you right now, it's not happening. I'm just gonna do a few. I'm gonna do a few. Aw, you just want a little attention, don't you? Poor thing must be bored sitting in that box all day. You're not sure you're much of an interesting companion, but you're willing to do your best. There's gotta be something you can do to entertain the little critter with. But what? You have a string in your pocket. I know you do. You find a small piece of string in your left pocket, not very helpful. The string is far too short. In your right pocket is a bar of chocolate. I'm sorry. Not too helpful either right now. I guess that's a hint of the other ending I just did. The only other thing you've got on you is your phone. It's not much of anything the cat can play with, but there is something you can do. What a kitty. I know it's a demon. Photo montage. Well, that was fun, right? Well, you enjoyed yourself. With nothing else to do and no intention of taking the cat home, you decide it's probably best to just leave. You don't want the cat to get too attached after all. At least you'll have some memories to take with you. Okay, see you around, I guess. Good luck. Okay. You turn and walk away. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. That scared the hell out of me. That was rude. Your phone just got a message. You open it up and... What? Aren't I cute? Aren't I cute? It's a picture of a familiar looking cat. Huh? The cat does look cute and happier in the picture. But it's not a picture you recognize. What the heck did I... You didn't take this picture. You peek over your shoulder at the cat. But the cat is simply looking at you. It mewls sadly, as if pleading for you to come back. No, get out! You ignore the cat and briskly walk out of the alley without another look. That was weird. You're a good distance away when... That is awful. Why is it so loud? Not again. You reluctantly look at the new message and... Don't ignore me. Creeped out, you decide to just go home. Why is it so loud? I know you're seeing these. Shush. Come back. Stop buzzing. Come back. Come back. Ew! Ew! Make the buzzing stop. Come back, come back, come back, come back, come back, come back. Oh yeah. Stop. Can see you. Stop. That's a person's eyeball. I'm so freaked out right now. Can always see you. You can't hide. I'll always find you. Your eyes dart around nervously, certain that you're being followed. But there's nothing there. You're finally home, but you feel too shaken for any relief to calm you down. You rush to the bathroom and slam the door behind you. Everything's okay. This isn't real. It's just like a bad dream. Everything's okay. You fumble in the dark to turn on the sink and splash your face with some cold water, hoping it will calm you down and stop the hallucinations. That's all they are, right? Hallucinations? You're really regretting leaving home today. You must have been overworking yourself more than you realized. Yeah, that must be... Jesus! You jump as your phone alerts you to another message received. I'm gonna look at it. I'm curious. With shaking hands, you look at your phone. Hi, friend. Ew. Creepy. Oh. What? Startled, you whirl around and instinctively jump back. You slip, smashing the back of your head into the bathroom mirror. You don't register the pain just yet, your eyes shifting wildly around the room. There's nothing there. Nothing at all. You feel dizzy. You dazedly look back at your head, feel the back of your head and examine your hand. You can't really see anything, but it feels warm and wet. The smell of copper fills the air. The dizziness overwhelms you when you collapse on the bathroom tiles. Oh. You reach for your phone to call an ambulance. The batteries are dead. Ending 30, photobomber. Interesting. Oh boy, that's so creepy. All right, I'll do a couple more. Skip, 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 skip. Do not take the cat home. Skip, 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 skip. I'm gonna leave. Ignore. Let's go to the carnival and see what happens. It's so bright though. The images are too bright for my eyes. I feel like I need to take my glasses off because I'm gonna burn my eyes. I'm gonna end up like in pain. You spend the day at the carnival. Ferris wheel, roller coaster, pharaoh boat. Rides you've been on before. Hoops, coin toss, balloon darts. Games you've played before. Funnel cake, popcorn, cotton candy. Food you've eaten before. All the things you've enjoyed before. You're surrounded by groups of people all having fun together. Laughing, playing, eating, taking pictures. Making memories. And then there's you. The sun hasn't started to set yet, still high in the sky, but it will soon. You start to wonder if maybe you should just go home for the day. When you stop in your tracks, you see something new. An attraction you've never seen before. A maze of funhouse mirrors? It sounds kinda lame, honestly. There isn't even a line to get in. But then, what else is there to do? This music is so loud. It's so loud. Just go in. What's the harm? We've died like 12 times already. You enter the maze. A few rooms in and you notice the mirrors aren't all weird. Some just show you looking back at yourself. A little bored, a little tired, and so very, very... Maybe this was a mistake. Why did you think going into a maze of mirrors was a good idea? Even if it was something new to experience. I can't do this today. You turn around and head back the way you came. Only to bump into a mirror. Oh, what the... Where's the exit? You try to find one, only to find another mirror blocking your way. By the time you've turned all around, you realize the way you came is completely gone. Okay, don't panic. I just have to keep going forward, right? You step through the only opening you can find and nearly trip over something on the ground. You bend down and pick it up. What's this doing here? In your hand rests a worn-looking flashlight. Curious, you flick it on. Huh. The light doesn't look very... Ugh. Crap, the lights. Did the power go out? Or did the attraction operator forget you were in here? How long have you been in here, actually? You pull out your phone to check the time or maybe call the police. Your phone is dead. You grip the flashlight in your hand. The light it emitted earlier was dim enough for you to know there's probably not much juice left. Best to reserve it for a worst-case scenario and feel your way out. Yeah, you could do this. You take a calming breath. Well, forward we go. Hello, darling adventurer. Who said that? Welcome to the Mirror Maze. Would you like to know how to navigate the maze? Yes. Once again, welcome to the Mirror Maze. You're in a bit of a jam, but don't worry. You're in good hands. Or rather, good paws. See these little cuties here? They'll be doing their best to guide you through the maze. Aren't they generous? When you enter a room, the emergency light will flash, letting you see the paths before you for a second, and also what lies beyond them. Whenever you see these kind kitties, just go where they are and you'll reach the next room. Unfortunately, they're not the only things in here. It is highly suggested you refrain from following any of our other guests. They can be sneaky or distracting, but they're always hostile. So please take caution when advancing to the next room. Of course, this wouldn't be much of a mirror maze without mirrors. Can they hurt you? Oh no, they're just mirrors, silly. They don't do anything at all. And you can't do anything to them either. They're just an obstacle you can't pass through. Go left, go center, go right. The choice is yours. Though, if you find a room with no helpful kitties in sight, and all the paths lead to a mirror or something else, it's recommended that you stay put, and just maybe it will work itself out. Now for your navigation tools. That flashlight you found doesn't have much juice left. It'll only let you get a quick extra peek at your surroundings about 5 times, so try not to use it up all at once. Oh my gosh, I have lives? What is happening? You can keep track of your progress through the rooms up to the left and your lives to the right. You've got 3 lives, so be careful to avoid the less friendly guests looking around. Why only 3 lives, you ask? Because you're so soft and squishy. It wouldn't take much to damage you beyond repair. And besides, you are human. And humans usually only have 1 life, yes? And yet here, you get 3. Don't you think you ought to show a little more gratitude? And that's the end of your tutorial. Hopefully it was helpful. Are you ready to play? Um. Okay. I'm ready. 3, 2, 1. Oh, gee. Uh, 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 uh. Right. Okay, next room. Right. Left. Okay, next room. Stay. This room feels off. Just wait. I think something just changed. Oh, did you see that one on the right? Next room. Oh, left. Next room. Stay. Center. Right. What? I didn't see it. Right. 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 There's so many flashes. I didn't even see it. Center. Center. Stay. I should have turned on the can I turn off the flash now? Like, that flash is too much for me. Can I turn it off? I'm sorry. I'm like... I don't think I can. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if it's too flashy. Left. Center. Right. Center. Left. Center. Center. Left. Left. Stay. I think something changed. You see it, the exit. You run forward, but as you do, the scenery shifts. Just slightly at first. But you're running too fast to stop yourself from colliding into the glass. You don't quite go into the glass. You don't exactly collide with it either. You simply pass through it. And on the other side, you see endless white void and... yourself? Dozens of you. Hundreds of you wandering around. Aimless, faceless, and empty. So empty and listless they don't even acknowledge your presence. You try to turn back, but the glass doesn't give. Past the glass is a familiar black cat walking up to you and looking at you. You think it meows at you, but you can't make out the sound. It tilts its head, then walks away. The glass goes dark. Oh boy, I'm stuck in here with myself. Then you watch helplessly as it disappears completely. With only yourself as company. Ending 19, you beat the maze. Yeah, but at what cost of my eyes? The cost of my eyes is what it was. I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna do the other option that I had to go somewhere. I'm gonna go to the dog park and see what happens. You decide to take a stroll in a park or something. The only one within walking distance is the nearby dog park. You think it'll make you feel better. First, you get to see a cute cat today. Now you get to see a cute dog. Several of them, in fact. The park is bustling with owners and their canine companions. Playing frisbee, fetch, running, jumping, even napping. Such cuties. Whatever. I can't want anything to do with these mangy mutts. What's wrong? You don't think that... You decide to move on. The dogs are all so adorable. You want to pet every single one you come across. But you know not all owners are cool with strangers just walking up and manhandling their pets. Not all dogs appreciate it either. So you stroll around the path, trying to exude a welcoming aura that will beckon one of these cute doggies to you. You don't have to wait very long. Oh, look at the little puppy. I love puppies too. And look at the little puppy. I just want to go boop. You stop as the smallest, cutest puppy you've ever seen scampers up to you, blocking your path. Oh, I want to eat the puppy, kill the puppy, pick up the puppy. What are these options? I want to boop the puppy's nose. I don't like any of these options. Who would kick a puppy? Only a monster. Who would kill a puppy? A monster. Eat it? A monster. You could pick him up. Maybe, you know. Oh, yeah. Hold on. That was counting me down. What the heck? You just barely managed to rein in the reflex to throw the puppy as far away from you as possible. With shaking hands, you quickly place the puppy on the grass and take several jerky steps back. The owner seems confused by your reaction to their puppy. The owner seems... Oh. But you just wave at them in a daze before hastily stumbling away. You're not feeling so great about being at the park at the moment. Maybe you should leave? Leave the park! Let's stay. I want to see a puppy. I don't think the cat likes dogs, that's why I'm staying. You stay at the park. You try to calm down by watching all the dogs from afar as you walk along the path, but every so often one will run up to you. And when they do, they look wrong. Their owners don't seem to notice. You find a bench and sit down for a quick break, closing your eyes. Maybe this wasn't the best idea after all. Maybe you should have stayed with me instead. You're broken out of your thoughts when something gently lands on your lap. You look down and see a frisbee on your thighs. Hey, sorry about that. Could you throw it back? You look up to see an owner waving at you in the distance. But more importantly... It was a German Shepherd! A series of excited barks jerks your gaze forward, and you see a large dog sprinting towards you. Ew. A series of excited barks jerks your gaze forward, and you see a large dog sprinting towards you. Hey, hurry and throw it back! Oh, Leave. Oh, yeah, but Jesus. I didn't click it in time. Oh, it scared me. The dog suddenly bounds at you, angry, ferocious. It tears you apart. Was that real? You're not feeling great about being at the park at the moment. Maybe you should leave. Maybe I should leave. I'm sorry, that was awful. Good. I think I'll... Oh, I have to do either one of these? I did these. Hmm. Maybe I can try the movie one again. I thought that one was actually the creepiest one. Maybe if I go to the new cinema. Or what if I go to the old one and I stay? I'm gonna go to the new one. You don't know why, but you don't really feel great about the idea of being alone right now. Deciding to wait for the movie you've been anticipating to be available on DVD or streaming. Oh, I saw this already. Is it the same? Let's blend in with the crowd this time. Thinking fast, you look to the screen and begin to chant in tandem with the crowd. You feel the harshness of their collective gaze start to ebb away, the air in the theater becoming lighter once again. You release air shakily, just realizing that you've been holding your breath earlier. You feel stuck. Surely you can't just up and leave now. Not after whatever all that was. The people around you all seem fine now, but there's no telling that they get aggressive at you for even moving too much. Never mind outright getting up and leaving. You decide to let this run its course. Hopefully someone will come along, right? Or at least turn the film off. You continue to chant along with everyone. You start to feel lightheaded. You feel as though you could fall asleep, but your eyes don't feel heavy in the slightest. You try to look around and gauge the other's emotional state, but you can't seem to look away from the screen. You try again, but you're still locked into eye contact with the cat on screen. Sorry, I can't listen to this anymore. You attempt to physically force your line of vision away. You steel your nerves ready. It's too loud! But your body only gets as far as tensing up for a moment before completely loosening itself again, making you lay back limply into your seat. You think you should be panicking right about now, but even your brain feels limp. Your thoughts are a vaguely muted pastel pink, airy, sickeningly sweet, and loosely spun, like cotton candy. You like cotton candy. You think you shouldn't mind your thoughts and body being like cotton candy either. So why get up and ruin that? So basically, this is the ending where I become a slave. Not really like a mindless, follower, I should say. I'm sorry, I can't listen to this nya 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 nya. And sink more and more. Oy! Deflating. Their skin bunches up and wrinkles like fabric, as if their muscles, their bones, have started to disintegrate. Their eyes dim before sinking into their sockets. Their mouth, still attempting to chant, falls open over a cut-off gaping as the word ends in an awful hiss, a final weak release of air. You muse thoughtfully about whether or not you should be distressed at the sight. Suddenly, from the pile of skin and clothes next to you, you see a lump moving around. You watch in a daze. I can't. I'm sorry. It's so loud. It's too loud in my ear. Now from the mouth crawls a tiny black kitten. Ew! You can hear the familiar hissing sound all around you now as the unified chants start to fade, only to be replaced by the faint mewling of kittens. Ew, gosh. Your voice is finally the only one still chanting, still human and alone, again. You don't want that. You can't go back to that. Not again, not again. Please. Just then you go completely limp. Your body feels light, but it might as well weigh several tons, because you realize quite suddenly that you can't move, not an inch. You can't shift your eyes to look around. You can't even breathe. But somehow, the chant continues to creak weakly from your mouth. A few kittens come forward and perch themselves in the chairs around you, watching your sinking body, mewling as they wait for their youngest sibling to emerge. From you, dozens of glowing eyes peer down at you. And as your eyes start to cave into the sockets of your softening skull, you manage to make out the silhouette of a familiar cat perching on the seat right in front of you. Your vision finally fades, and as that same hiss of air expels itself from your mouth, the last thing you sense is something small and alive shifting eagerly under your skin. Ending 18. Happy birthday, creepy. Anyway, I think I'm gonna stop here. It's a fun little kind of horror game. I enjoyed it. I actually really liked the beginning. I got really into the beginning. It's when it started to get so many endings that I'm just kind of like, it feels like a chore. And it kind of takes you out of the immersion when you get an ending and then you have to go back and skip. You know? I mean, I get, like, it's good. I enjoyed the game, obviously. I've been playing it. But I do think that having so many endings, like, while it's pretty cool, like, I'm like interested to see what the other ones are, I don't think I actually will go and do it myself. I might, like, maybe I'll Google it or something like that. But having 40 endings seems a bit like a lot, because I feel like as soon as you die, right, like, it's interesting to see what happens, but it also kind of feels a little bit like there's no resolution. Like, why is this cat trying to kill me? Why am I being targeted by this demon cat? That's what I would like to know, just why. Like, is there an ending that suggests why this is happening? If there is, maybe I'll look it up, but none of the endings I found have suggested why, just that it's happening. And, you know, there's no real logic behind it. I guess that could also be like, it's just, there's not supposed to be logic behind it, and it's just supposed to be creepy, which it was. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. This was, I want to say, like, a introduction to maybe playing some more horror-like games. Like, I'm never gonna go and play super intensive horror games, only because I don't do well with jump scares. So I can never play games like that. But I like, you know, kind of subtle, psychological horror and thriller kind of stuff. So maybe I'll, you know, find some games like that and see if, you know, I like it. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, if there is any, and if you know if there's any ending that, you know, suggests why this is happening to this person. Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.